How's it going, everybody? Thank you all for coming. We're going to be discussing the shooting incident that occurred early this morning. Chief Weisler is going to issue a statement. Following Chief Weisler's statement, Chief Silva has prepared a statement as well. Please hold your questions for after their statements. We'll take what we can. We'll answer what we can. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you all for being here. I know it's been a long day for everybody, so we appreciate it. First and foremost, I myself and all of us up here who want to express our deepest condolences to the victims' family, friends, and loved ones. This is a tragic incident that has had a deep impact on our entire community. Our thoughts are also with the students, the faculty, and staff at UNM during this very difficult time. Here's what we can share at this point in the investigation. Early this morning at approximately 1:36 a.m., the UNM police responded to an alarm at Mesa Vista Hall. When officers arrived, they discovered broken windows and what appeared to be blood at the scene. Around 2:30 a.m., UNM Hospital reported a 19-year-old male had arrived with a gunshot wound, and he stated that he had been shot on campus. While conducting a sweep of nearby buildings, UNM police located a deceased 14-year-old male inside a room at the Casas del Rio dormitory. At approximately 3:45 a.m., the New Mexico State Police Investigations Bureau was called and requested to take over the investigation, which we did. Our initial investigation has determined that this incident involved 4 individuals who were hanging out in a dorm room in the Casas del Rio complex. At some point, for reasons that we are still investigating, the suspect began shooting a firearm at the other occupants of the room. The 14-year-old victim was fatally shot and remained at that location where he was later found. The other occupants, along with the gunman, fled from the room. Since then, state police agents, alongside UNM Police, the Albuquerque Police Department, the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office, and ATF have been working diligently and tirelessly to identify and apprehend the person responsible for this tragedy. Our investigation quickly identified a suspect who we began attempting to locate. A key development in the investigation came through the use of license plate reader technology, which helped our investigators track the suspect's movements and ultimately led to his location. Now, I'm aware that the media was given some incorrect information earlier today by someone other than state police, so I want to confirm the facts around that apprehension. At about 2:30 p.m. today, state police agents, members of our Crime Suppression Bureau, and members of our tactical team located and took the suspect, 18-year-old John Fuentes, into custody in Valencia County. Now, we know that this situation is obviously very alarming, and the public understandably wants answers as quickly as possible. However, these cases are extremely sensitive, and the information we release is often limited for very good reason. The premature release of details can jeopardize officer safety, put the public at risk, and compromise the integrity of our ongoing and active investigation. I want to thank the media and the public for your patience and understanding as we continue this investigation. Lastly, I want to reiterate that this appears to be an isolated incident with no other threats to the campus or community. We also do not currently have any reason to believe that any other suspects were involved. Thank you. I will now turn it over to Chief Silva for a few comments from UNM PD. Thank you.
Could you please give us your name?
Yeah. Troy Weisler, last name Weisler, Chief, New Mexico State Police.
Thank you.
I'm Joe Silva with the University of New Mexico Police Department. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for being here. First and foremost, like the chief said, on behalf of the University of New Mexico, we want to offer our deepest condolences to the family and loved ones of the individual that lost their life in this morning's shooting. Our hearts also go out to the person who was injured and to everyone in our campus community who have been affected by this tragedy. This is a difficult and heartbreaking day for the University of New Mexico. Please know that we stand with you and are committed to walking with you through this time of pain and uncertainty. Early this morning, our officers responded immediately, and the scene was quickly secured. I want to stress this clearly. The safety and security of our students, faculty, and staff are our top priority, always. We understand the fear and uncertainty that incidents like this cause, and I want to reassure our university community that the UNM Police Department works diligently every day, alongside with our campus partners, the community, and fellow law enforcement agencies to protect and serve this campus. From the day-to-day patrols to emergency response and preparedness, safety isn't just our mission, it's our commitment. Today's response was a team effort, and I want to express my sincere gratitude to everyone that was involved. Our UNM police officers who acted swiftly and professionally, the New Mexico State Police who are now leading the investigation, the Albuquerque Police Department, Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office, and our federal law enforcement partners for providing resources and support. Our campus emergency management, housing, student affairs, and counseling teams, and our students, staff, and faculty who stayed calm, followed instructions, and looked out for one another. It's in moments like these that the strength of our campus community shines through. We will continue to work closely with the New Mexico State Police and all our safety partners. While I can't speak to the specifics of this investigation, that's in their hands, I can tell you that the UNM remains committed to transparency, communication, and care. Additional patrols are in place, our support centers are available, and we will continue to do everything we can to provide safety, resources, and peace of mind. Again, thank you to everyone who played a part in today's coordinated response. Thank you to our community for your trust and cooperation. We are committed to moving forward together with vigilance, compassion, and a renewed dedication to the safety of all logos. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we'll take a few questions. Just do keep in mind, this is still an active investigation, and we will answer what we can, the best we can. Okay?
UNM students involved? Can you talk to that?
Would you like to?
As Chief Wessler said, the investigation is ongoing, but it appears that at this time that the individuals were playing video games in a residence that did belong to a UNM student as far as leasing.
But he wasn't involved, the student himself wasn't involved. I know there was 4 people. Just wondering if there was a student connection to this. I know it was in the residence room. Was he one of the 4 that you're talking about?
Yes.
There was also one other thing about the age, maybe you can answer. I think you initially had said 19-year-old, and then you said 18-year-old. Is when you talk about the same person, or is there clarification on the age of the...
So I'm not sure which specific thing you're referring to, but there is an 18-year-old involved. There is a 19-year-old involved. and there's the deceased 14-year-old. Additional information related to those individuals and additional details about them will be forthcoming. We are currently in the process of our investigators working the DA's office right now on charging paperwork that will include an open count of murder and some additional charges. And as that paperwork and our investigation goes forward, we'll be releasing some additional details about all those individuals involved.
And one other thing, I guess I'll ask, since you're up there, I know that when I arrived, there was a lot of football players leaving. Was this anybody athletic involved in this, or was this just students? Okay.
Yeah, I have no knowledge. You can't comment about that at this time. No.
Was the suspect taken into custody in front of a business on 314?
He was taken into custody on a traffic stop. I don't know the exact location.
So we don't have the exact location, but yes, from our understanding that he was taken into custody near a business establishment.
What more can you share about the suspect?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What more can you share about the suspect? Age?
So the suspect is 18 years old. Like I said, when charging paperwork, should be coming out here, and will be getting released along with an additional press release once that paperwork is finalized, and we'll have more details on the suspect.
And how is that press release going out? Is it email or posting on Twitter, social media?
Both, yeah.
The press release will be sent out via email, and it'll follow this press conference.
Could you talk to us about the law enforcement response? Was the agencies, the number of officers?
Yeah, I can speak generally. I don't know the exact number of officers that were involved at one point. Obviously, there was a fairly large response. UNMPD was the initial response. I know that APD then assist them with the campus lockdown. Chief Silva can speak further on that if he would like to. From the investigation standpoint, we obviously have quite a few investigators from our Investigations Bureau and Crime Scene team are out here working the case. And then all the individuals that were involved in the manhunt for the suspect the majority of the day. That's a whole separate group. Our Crime Suppression Bureau and our tactical team was involved in tracking down and locating the subject. So, a lot of resources. All the resources that we thought were necessary were brought to bear to make sure that we were able to get this case, one, solved and the suspect in custody as quickly as possible.
Can you share any details about the arrest itself, the suspect fight, flee?
I don't have all that information with me at this time.
Was the suspect alone when he was apprehended?
I believe he was with a family member in the vehicle.
And this was, were they from Las Lunas? Or?
I don't have that information with me at this time.
Why was the 14-year-old in the room? Was there a relation to someone in the room, the resident of the room? Why were they like this?
So that's currently part of our investigation, is to determine why the individuals were there and to get further details of what exactly transpired immediately preceding and following the shooting. Yes, I'll come back.
Have you spoken to the other person that was in the room, and how old were they?
So I don't. So the exact ages of all the individuals, they're all, approximately. Well, I know we have a 14-year-old, an 18-year-old, and 19-year-old. I don't remember the age of the other person, but that information will be forthcoming.
But that 18-year-old is the suspect, is that correct? Or
The 18-year-old is the suspect, yes.
what was the 14-year-old's name?
We're not releasing that information at this time, but when charging paperwork and everything is finalized, it will be included in that paperwork that you can get access to. Yes, ma'am.
Have you spoken to the other person that was in that room yet, or made any contact with them?
Yes, all the individuals in the room have been made contact with.
For clarification, you said John Quincy over here, sir?
No, the light's just right in the.
No worries. For clarification, did you say John Fuentes was the name of the suspect earlier?
Yes, Mr. Fuentes is the suspect.
And in terms of, a question actually for UNMPD, and in terms of the evacuations earlier today, how many students or how many staff were on site or on campus, and how long did it take for the buildings to be evacuated? And you have an people had to be taken off campus for their safety?
All that's being vetted out currently through the investigation. We had different students on campus for different reasons, but we were able to evacuate those that we felt we could as soon as possible, and then we evacuated the other students once we were able to clear some of the situations around the crime scenes.
And how do you think this will impact with school fast approaching, the first day is coming up soon? How do you think this is going to impact students, staff, and concerns for safety going into the next school year?
Our focus is always on the safety and security of the campus, and you know, we welcome parents to voice their concerns and reach out to us. Through our new student orientation, we also have presentations that we do, and we answer their questions and concerns. So I suspect that this will be one of those questions that will come up.
How many injuries were actually involved in this? I know you said that one person was in the hospital, and then injuries reported as well.
Other than the deceased, I only know of one other injury.
Chief, what weapons are allowed on campus?
There are no weapons that are allowed on campus. Firearms.
We'll come back to you, ma'am. Sorry.
Sorry, just two questions. One, are you able to share if the suspect had any priors?
I don't have any information on that.
Not at this time, no.
And then to clarify, so out of the four that were in the dorm room, one of the four went to UNM or goes to UNM?
What I had mentioned earlier is one of the subjects that was in the room has a lease agreement with that dorm.
So I think the thing everybody hears when you hear about something like this is that it's a massive college, university shooting. So when this was first called out, was that ever a concern? How did you approach this, or did you know from the outset that it was an isolated event or not premeditated? Can you address that?
Initially, the only thing I can tell you at this time is that it was a very dynamic situation. There were multiple calls, and we didn't know at the time whether they were connected or not, so that had to be vetted out. So, yeah, it did take a minute to figure out what was going on. But, you know, the first thing that we always look at is the safety and security of the campus. So we were looking at when we need to issue an alert and what information we have that we can issue a valid alert.
Did all the shooting take place in that room? Because I know it was a pretty big crime scene. They were saying, is there maybe shots being fired randomly as they ran around? Or?
So I can't speak directly to the majority of the shots, or to my knowledge, all the shots, my current knowledge, all the shots were in that room. There was other items of evidence that were located around the campus, which led to there being crime scenes in other locations. So that might be what you're referring to. I don't have that information at this time.
Was the 14-year-old who was hit an intended victim?
I don't have that information at this time. That's part of our ongoing investigation. Ma'am?
Have charges been filed?
Charges are in the process of being filed. Our agents are working with the district attorney's office right now to finalize that charging paperwork.
So initially the report said that this all happened just before 4 in the morning, but you guys said that you guys received the report at 1:36 a.m. that there was blood glass. So was it at 1:36, or are you just saying that that was when you guys responded, was close to 4 in the morning?
Anybody else initial response?
Again, I think, as I mentioned earlier, there was several calls that were coming into our dispatch center, so we were trying to vet those out to see if they were connected or not.
How many calls did you receive?
That I'm not sure the exact number, but we can get that for you.
Where does the investigation go from here? What's the immediate next?
So I mean, immediate trajectory of the investigation, right now is to get the charging documentation finalized for the suspect. I believe that we still are in the process of doing additional crime scene investigation and executing some additional search warrants. And then there'll be follow-up from there. I mean, we'll go wherever the investigation takes us. That might include, looking at how that individual got from UNM to then be in Valencia County, and see if there's any additional criminal charges or investigation that needs to that comes out of that.
Does the suspect have any wires?
No, I think we had an earlier question about that. I don't have that information at this time.
Can you describe some of those calls? I know you don't know exactly how many right now, but just what people were saying and what was being recorded earlier in that morning.
I didn't hear your question.
Can you describe some of the calls that you got? I know you said that there was a variety of them. You didn't know if they were connected, but just a description of what some of the students or who was calling you, what they were saying.
One of the initial calls we got was a disturbance in the parking lot, in one of our parking lots, and the reporting person left the area before officers could arrive and get more information. And then there was different calls that came in throughout the early evening or early morning, actually, and then that's when we started putting together that it might be a connected incident.
Was it stretched out between an hour, 2 hours?
We can get that information for you, yeah.
A question for Chief Lisa. In the Albuquerque area, we've seen an increase of either juveniles or young kids who have fallen victim to crime in recent years. And just a response to another juvenile who has lost his life in a shooting here in Albuquerque.
My response is that what you're asking? I mean, unfortunately, it's a scene that we've seen all too often. I mean, the last press conference that I was at was in reference to juvenile crime, I think a week ago at the district attorney's office. It's something that we are working to address, but I do think that we could use some additional tools to address that, and that's something that we have been pursuing and will continue to pursue at the legislature. And in the meantime, we will do the best that we can with the tools that we have, working with our law enforcement partners and a district attorney, whether it be Mr. Bregman in this district or any of the other district attorneys around the state.
Just one last thing about the National Guard. They were here helping also. I didn't hear them mention, maybe you didn't, I just didn't hear it. Did they help out, and how many showed up, and did that work well for you guys?
Yeah, so I don't have any information about the National Guard. I know that they are assisting APD. I don't know if APD wants to address what
I can speak to that just very briefly. Deputy Chief Barker with Albuquerque.
I don't mind.
Yeah. My name is Cecily Barker. I'm a Deputy Chief with the Albuquerque Police Department. So the National Guard has been assisting us specifically at crime scene locations, and we were in contact with UNM PD this morning, and we did ask the Guard for their assistance in maintaining the crime scene.
Did that help?
Yes, it did. Absolutely.
How many showed up, and did it help?
I don't have the number that showed up, but it is always helpful. It's a resource, and it allows our officers to work and focus on the investigation itself.
Mr. Silva, how long did it take you guys to respond to those calls? When did you officially send them to you? You said that there were very reports that you were trying to confirm.
So there's varying times of response for those, so we can get that information for you. But again, right now that's being vetted out through the investigation.
Okay, we have time for one more question.
Where's the suspect being held?
So the suspect is currently in state police custody as we're finalizing that portion of the investigation and the charging paperwork.
So if you're in Albuquerque, it's the main...
Yeah, so I mean the incident did happen here in Bernalillo County, so my assumption would that he should be booked at MDC. I don't know any reason that he wouldn't be. Fuentes, so first name John, last name Fuentes, F is in Frank, U is in Union, E is in Edward, N is in Nora, T is in Tom, E is in Edward, S is in Sam.
I mean, the first name, is it an H or no?
Oh, yes, there's an H. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you all for your time. Appreciate it.